Hey guys, welcome to David vs. Film. I am David, yo soy David, and tonight I am watching more Graham Norton's Trying to Laugh series. A big hey, hi, and hello to all of you, but to returning viewers, and especially returning subscribers, what's up? It's a two for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I checked out the length of the Volume 8 Trying to Laugh video, and it was a little bit short, as was Volume 9. So I thought, let's put these together. More bang for your buck, more awesome Graham Norton moments for all of us to enjoy. You really can't go wrong, right? So that's what we're going to do. I also had the idea to try and pull some of the scenes from, I guess it's the Monuments Men episode. It's the one that has Hugh Bonneville and Bill Murray and Matt Damon that so many of you have asked me to watch. And so I wasn't able to do it in this one, but I am going to put that full reaction over on Patreon. So if you're interested, you can find that over there. But I'm also going to try to pull clips of it to put into another compilation video like these that I'll try to put together myself. I don't put these together. These are the ones that I've gotten from Graham Norton's YouTube page. So be on the lookout for that coming up next. But tonight, as I said, we're going to do Volume 8, Volume 9. I'm so excited. I have not seen these as usual, so there may be some overlap in previous clips I've seen. I can already see right now on the screen that Miriam Margolyes is here. I'm never sorry about that. I could watch her 1,000 times, and it would be like the first time every time. So that part, I don't mind. But if we do see other clips that I've seen before, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Before we jump in, also just quickly, speaking of Patreon, if you want to see other things I watch on the channel, the full unedited version of those, some British, some American, all kinds of good stuff, you can find that over there. I'll put a link down below. We also have access to the Discord server as well as polls to help me figure out other shows and movies that I should watch. I always appreciate you watching here on YouTube. I simply ask you consider clicking subscribe and check the notification bell if you do. A like and a share is always appreciated. And last but not least, if we're not friends on Instagram, let's be friends. I'll leave a link to my Instagram down below. And be sure to keep the comments coming. Like I said, it's how I get to know you guys. It's how I learn about the show and the people on it. So thank you in advance for that. But for now, boys and girls, let us get over here to YouTube. And we are going to watch Graham Norton Trying to Laugh Volume 8.
Things happen to you. Like is it your house near Dover?
Oh, yes. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I do rent my house. And if you're interested...
To other people. I mean,
yes, to other people. And it's the nearest house to France, which is very important in this story. And it's £425 a week. And it sleeps 6 people for 7 nights. It's clean.
Is there a cleaner?
Yes, yes. Anyway... One day, I got a call from the police, and they said, are you the owner of the gun emplacement? And I said, yes. And they said, are you aware that it's been used as a drop for criminals to get rid of their drugs? Or, you know, it's a drug drop. I believe that's the phrase. And I said, well, of course I didn't know. What do you mean? And they said, well... people have rented it. They were a gang from Liverpool, I think. And they took my house and they dropped the drugs in the bay, and there was a helicopter that came on the roof.
I love this story so much.
And they had cocaine. They had something like 13 million pounds worth of...
What? No, it wasn't like a little thing. This was a massive...
What? 13 million...
Jesus Christ.
of cocaine.
That's street cut.
No, I don't... I've never taken any...
No, that was like wholesale.
Oh, wholesale. Yeah. Listen, it's wholesale, of course. Well, of course, I was horrified because I didn't know. I mean, I don't have anything to do with the people that rent it.
No.
I just take the money, you know.
Yeah.
And I could get more for it because it's really lovely, actually.
There's all that cocaine.
What was upsetting to me was when it was reported, of course, in the Daily Mail, all the people online said, oh, she must be in it. You know, she's part of the gang.
Oh, yeah. Professor Sprout's dealing drugs.
They were calling me Miriam Escobar.
So I will say quickly, I cannot hear that story enough. Obviously, I've seen this clip before. It's been in so many videos. Miriam Margolyes, I owe everything of the Graham Norton section of my channel to her because she started it. I did those videos. It's how I learned about Taskmaster. Everything British came from me watching that recommended video, Miriam Margolyes. So I will always be indebted to her. Couple things I don't know still after hearing this. What is the deal with Liverpool? Tell me about Liverpool. What kind of place is Liverpool? She mentioned it, and I don't know if that's a reference to anything. I know Liverpool, I think the Beatles, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know much about, the British landscape and what different cities and different places are like. So please tell me about that. The other thing I love is that she keeps advertising the home, even though it's being described as a drug drop. I love it because it keeps sounding like an Airbnb or VRBO advertisement, and she keeps going, it's really lovely. I mean, if you have to buy drugs, this is the place to go. She is just the best. Love her. So good. And of course, Dana Radcliffe.
Western. I mean, we see Tom Hanks gun-toting, which we rarely see.
Well, I don't wear one. I am given one later on. So it's not like, I'm not doing the rootin' tootin' kind of thing. But I ride a horse and I drive a wagon, and I've discovered, so I'm not a rider per se, but I did learn, I had got to know a fabulous horse named Wimpy, who was my horse. Wimpy was my horse. And
clearly
I don't know
COVID.
if anybody here has ridden a lot or made a Western. Emily has a couple of Westerns under her belt, as I recall. Emily, my darling, how are you?
How are you?
Hello, with celebrities. Know each other like friends. It's always so
Do you
refreshing.
know I'm about to do a Western? Like next January, I'm doing a 6-part Western, and we were just discussing how allergic I am to horses, and I do every scene with a horse, I'm going to be antihistamine up to my eyeballs.
Do you have to kiss the horse?
I
Is
do.
it that kind of relationship?
Isn't that what happens in Westerns? You make out with your horse?
You develop an affection for those beasts. I must say.
You and
goes right along
Wimpy
with
are very close.
Every morning you throw your arms around Wimpy and say, how are you, my darling little chestnut? I'm so nuts about you. Which you sort of have to do, because I have a feeling that horses, honestly, they would much rather live in a world without human beings climbing on top of them.
Sure. Yeah.
And they know the moment you climb on their back that you're terrible at riding. Like, I mean, I've been learning right now. I'm in London now rehearsing for it. And I go riding 3 times a week, and every time they give me a different horse to see, how you fare.
Oh.
With one that's more sprightly or one that's less of a Ferrari. And I got on one the other day called Rusty. My God, it almost took off with me. It was terrifying. I couldn't walk the next day. Rusty did me in.
Rusty did her in.
So innocent.
Oh, wow. Is that the name of the film?
Okay, that was good.
Of course, this isn't the spoiler. But so there are set twos. You have some tetchy moments and words. Sometimes you kill them.
The distance, right? Social distance. Oh, Adam
we
Driver.
Talk about the sex scene.
I
It's one
like
of the
him.
best sex scenes I've seen in forever.
Oh.
That sex scene. Who put that together? Seriously. It's not like they're kind of like prancing around naked. It's a really clever. Who put? Did you guys put that together? Did Ridley Scott put it together?
No, we had nothing to do with it. Excuse me, I'm just trying to cover my universe over here.
Cover my universe.
And of course, it's not just you in it. Other screen legends, Jeremy Irons.
In the sex scene?
Jeremy is in it.
Jeremy was particularly good. He was great.
He was behind the camera.
Why are you having sex? I want to know.
This is
Oh,
a
okay,
breakthrough.
so I was confused for a second what movie they did together because I didn't remember Gaga and Driver doing anything. But then I remember that it was the, oh God, what was it? Gucci, right? Gucci? Was it? It was, right? Yeah, House of Gucci, I think, something like that. I always wanted to see it. I never did. Here's the problem with doing a reaction channel. I'll tell you guys right now. I have so many things. I feel like I watch less stuff now that I have the channel than before because I spend so much time editing. And as a result, I don't get to see as much. And I love to do shows and I love to do movies, all of it. So it's hard to put everything in like a week. But anyway, I have so many shows and movies I don't watch because I think, well, maybe I'll do it for the channel one day, and I don't want it to be like something I've already seen. So I have this backlog of stuff I need to watch. But let me know if that's a movie, if you guys saw it, that I should check out.
Through role for you, Jack, because an American accent.
Yes.
Yes.
He's doing an American accent.
What, in that clip?
Oh, see? Love her.
He was.
I feel the Oscar buzz fizzling away.
It was.
No.
I'm so sorry. I heard terrible.
Yes, no.
Yeah. It was good. It was
Thank
good.
you very much.
I heard it. I heard it. It was
You
good.
see, what a lot of actors do when they do an American accent is they tend to just go for like one region of America and they commit to a single American accent. I decided with this role that I would take us on a tour around all 50 states. Sometimes in the same scene. I thought, why just do one when you can show off them all? So I would start the scene talking like I was from New York, and then all of a sudden I'm suddenly speaking like I'm a Cali girl, and by the end of the scene they're stopping me because it sounds like I'm from the Dukes of Hazzard. All over the place, but I thought, you know, just show off your skills.
You were a bartender, and I just love the idea. You would be such a good bartender, Mark.
Oh, okay. So before we get into them, obviously I have a heart attack every time I see OC. But I'm very gratified now with her not here, and I do know that's Jack Whitehall. I didn't know the lady in between, but I do know Jack Whitehall because you guys have pointed him out to me, and I want to see more because I really like him. He's got a very kind of fun presence. He seems very light, which I like. But anyway, with OC not catching the accent, I love that because just the other day I embarrassed myself talking about Dame Edna, who I have loved since I was a child, seeing her here in the States, right? And I had no idea she was Australian because every time I saw her, her accent to me doesn't sound just blatantly Australian like other Aussies that I've heard, you know? So I thought she was British, and egg on my face.
Thank you.
A generous. Don't you know he'd do a generous pour? He would always do a generous pour.
Yeah.
Mark.
I would do a generous.
Big heart.
Yeah.
Mostly because people would be like, come on, man. Really?
But no, but didn't you? You had your own cocktail.
I had the margarita. I mean,
It names itself, right? It's perfect.
and
We're
whatever.
gone with Ruffalo, but no, margarita.
But I ended up having, you know, I'd start early and I'd have my Thursday night crowd.
Yeah.
Partially because, and I'm sorry, Sean McPherson, wherever you are, I gave away a lot of free drinks. It wasn't a great quality in a bartender.
But you were good dealing with drunk customers, which is
I had to deal with a lot of drunk people, yes. And sometimes they were not very nice.
No.
There'd be nights where I'd be up to my eyeballs in a-holes.
I'm saying nothing.
Should I keep going?
I don't know where it's going.
What do you mean? Wait, what? What did I say?
It's like Rusty the Horse.
Is that a spoiler?
No.
Oh, Ted Lasso guy. Oh, I know him.
No. So, no, wasn't there a guy who wanted, wasn't there a drunk guy?
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Now he's got it.
Wasn't there a drunk guy?
Wasn't that kind of bar?
Wasn't there a drunk guy who wanted sambuca?
Yes, there was.
Okay, so tell us about him.
So occasionally, you would get someone who was so obnoxious, and it was the end of the night, and this guy came in, and he's like, all right, and he was wasted, and he was such an a-hole, and he's like, I want a Zambuca. I'm like, come on, man, you're doing okay. He's like, give me a Zambuca. And
Did he hit his knee like that? But at the bar?
I thought.
Details
give me
matter.
a Zambuca. I'm like, okay. So I pour him the Zambuca. Light it!
Light it?
I'm not gonna light your drink, man. I don't like drinks. Okay, you wanna light your drink, you light your drink yourself. Light it! Okay. I light the drink. He takes it. And it goes all over his face,
Yep.
dripping down his face, blue flames everywhere. And I'm trying not to laugh. And he
Oh my God.
beats the hell out of himself to get it out. Give me another!
Of course.
Sure thing. Want me to light it for you?
Good God.
Yes! Same thing all over again. It was was one of the greatest nights.
I sort of like him for having another one.
I loved him. He walked out with like a flaming red goatee.
Right.
That brings back a really painful memory.
It was you?
No.
I was about to say, right?
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
When I was like 12, 13, I was a late bloomer, but I had a premature mustache. Like I had hair there and nowhere else, right? I mean my head, of course. And I was begging my dad, because kids were making fun of me, like, hey, your stash, swimmer, your mustache, you know. And so I was begging my dad, hey, can I please shave? And my dad was like, you're too young to shave, I'm sorry. But I took matters into my own hand, and I borrowed some of my sister's Nair.
Oh, no.
And for those of you who don't know, it's like a chemical hair removal.
We got an Imac. Imac, yeah.
Oh, okay, so I put it on my lip, but I left it on too long. Oh. So I had a burn mark.
Just like the guy.
Just like the guy. Only it was, you know, I had to then go to school, and everyone knew I had tried to take my hair off, and they're like, what the? So all these other names. So I'm sorry to relive that trauma, but I want to share that. So.
Very good.
The stars, they're just like
talking
us.
somewhere Zendaya, how...
So I have to say, oh, Zendaya, oh, I love her too. It's the good people on this one. Some I don't recognize as usual. You guys have to help me. I didn't recognize the lady on the end. I did recognize Ted Lasso guy. Nathan, I think is his name on Ted Lasso. I have to get caught up. But yeah, I'm in the middle of watching that. But anyway, I was going to say quickly, I knew where that story was going because 1,000 years ago, when I worked in a call center, there was a girl that I worked with, and bless her heart, she was so sweet, but, you know, well, we all know those people, right? And anyway, so she came to work one Monday, just like Ruffalo was talking about, right? Red, looked like third-degree burns on her face. You know what I mean? Nobody knew what had happened to this, you know, our friend, you know, won't say her name. But anyway, we didn't know what happened to her. And we're like, girl, what did you do? She was trying to do Flaming Dr. Peppers. And for those of you who don't know, a Flaming Dr. Pepper is where you light a shot on fire, drop it into a beer, and then you chug it, and it supposedly tastes like Dr. Pepper. That's I've never done that. That's my understanding of what they are. And she misunderstood, and similar to that story, did the shot, which was on fire. She thought you were supposed to take the shot like you normally would, and then chug the beer. So, of course, as the flaming liquid hits her lip, I mean, she just freaks out, and then it just goes everywhere, and her shirt catches on fire from what she told us, and her face. It was a nightmare. So I knew exactly where that story was headed, but it was still really good. That was funny. And Swimmer, bless his heart. Oh, my God. We've all been there in one way or another, right?
Your height difference... I heard you talking somewhere, Zendaya, how your height difference makes those stunts more complicated.
Thank you, Graham.
I didn't say it.
I love
Zendaya said it.
Now, that is a good story.
It's a good story. Well, you see, there's a particular stunt. I don't know if it's in this, but there's a, you know, Spider-Man swings us on top of a bridge, and he places me there.
Oh, there you
and
are.
That's the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
That's the bridge.
We eventually jump off of, and I'm screaming. Yeah. So he's supposed to gently, you know, rest MJ on the bridge and walk away from her. Because of our height difference, I obviously, if we're on the same, like, point...
we were attached, weren't
we were attached. I would land before him, because my feet obviously hit the ground before he does. So...
His face.
What would happen?
Well, it's called a bottom mark, isn't it? And the bottom mark is it's a thing that they do in stunts that is basically designed to stop you shattering your kneecaps.
Oh, yeah.
So Zendaya would land, and I'm the superhero. I'm supposed to look cool. And she would land, and then I would sort of land like this, and my feet would swing from underneath me, and then she would catch me. And they'd be like, cut! I'm like, stop doing that!
But you were actually very, very lovely about it. You were like, oh my gosh, thank you.
It's so nice to be caught for a change.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so see how short, right? It wasn't long enough. And I was like, I can't just do this. We got to put together another one. So we're going to go on to 9. But as usual, didn't disappoint. You know, I love, I've said this before, but it bears repeating that Graham Norton is, in my opinion, one of the best hosts because he truly He's one of those where he just truly seems like he's interested and engaged in what his guests are talking about. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like an act. It feels like he is genuinely interested in having a great time, as are they. So that's what makes it so much fun. So that was 8. I'm going to get 9 queued up, and then we'll move ahead with that one. All right, guys, so I've got 9 queued up. It's a little bit shorter than 8 was. So see, I had to put these together. We need to get more of our viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump into this one right now.
People might think you're joking, but like there are jokes in this movie, but it is not a comedy. It is a proper thriller.
It's a real thriller.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? So in this particular film,
and
because it takes place in an airplane, they had to build the sets, right?
Yeah.
So the biggest thing for me was the confined space, heat. I fall asleep flat. Like, not because I'm a narcoleptic, but if I get hot, I get sleepy. So my thing is like, so I do fall asleep fast. And because I'm an action star now, I'm on harnesses and all of this stuff. And I'm like, you can't overwork me, because I'm like a car, baby. You overheat me, I'm gonna shut down.
Of course.
You understand what I'm saying?
Totally
Don't gas me too hard. No. Give me room to go.
Oh, he has a little battery.
Okay. Why are you clapping? Why are you clapping?
Love Alan Cumming, by the way.
Trying to do a sex scene and there's a load of bored people.
More Olivia Colman. I'm so excited. Okay, so I don't think I've seen this clip. So many of you said, just quickly, I want to say this. I did Olivia Colman, like a compilation of hers with the Trying to Laugh series, like a couple back. But they were older clips, and a lot of you said you need to watch newer stuff from Olivia Colman. So I'm so glad to see some of these I haven't seen yet.
People with wet weather gear holding up boobs. Trying to do a sex scene and there's a load of bored people with wet weather gear holding up boobs or texting on their phone. And I found one note she gave, which was very helpful, which you can all try in an awkward moment when you're not feeling it. I was totally feeling it. That's not.
She's so
when
relatable.
An orgasm feel like the sun is hitting your face.
What, like squinting? Oh, that? Oh, I think you were just going to go like that. Like that. I've come. Paul, in Ghostbusters, there are lots of very impressive special effects and visual effects, but you, yourself, using a camera phone, you can create a visual effect.
I can?
Yes. Where it appears that people are seeing something they're not.
That's right.
Well, Miriam.
Okay, can you demonstrate it?
Sure.
Good.
Love Paul Rudd.
Can I just say, you are
never aging Paul
going
Rudd.
to be trying this.
Yeah, this is, I'll try it on you. That
Okay.
Okay.
What do I need to do?
Just sit there.
Okay.
This should be fine. Oh, Lord. All right.
What's he doing?
I think we can...
Oh, he's gonna like cast it to
Do
the
you know
TV.
what he's doing?
Yes, I do. You will in a minute. You will in a minute.
She's so good. That's a good panel right here.
Yeah, I think it's synced now. So here's the picture that you just took. So.
Oh, okay, I see. Nice. I love that Ron Howard's laughing at that. Miriam, what the hell?
It does look like a bum. Miriam looks really confused.
What happened?
Oh, yes,
She is the best.
Are you doing it with your fingers?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Classic. I would hang that on a wall.
What is that?
That exact image right there.
It does look like
You should be able to buy that.
Yes.
I happen to have really sausage-looking fingers that make a really nice tush, and you can frame the camera so it looks like you're just basically.
I just got to know how you discovered this unique.
I know, that's what I want.
Of yours.
And actually, there's an even more sophisticated version.
Yeah. Okay. There's you can do. I mean, well, let's see if I can. I don't know if sophisticated is the right word, but.
Oh.
Oh yeah, yep. The ball set. Good Lord. I love when celebrities are so down to earth and do things like that. You got how many millions of dollars on that one panel sitting there, And they're all laughing at Paul Rudd putting his fingers up looking like an ass. That's amazing.
Mostly.
So great.
How to chop and how to prep. Mostly it was the art of plating up, do you know what I mean? So it looks...
Yeah.
It's the artistry of...
would I lie to you
great
guys?
chefs, I
That's
think.
when they wipe it, isn't it? With a bit of a tea to
With
it.
that little
You do
one at the
the
end.
bit of the goo.
And they do the sort
oh,
of the jus, not the goo, the jus.
But it is a form of goo, isn't it?
Well, it's a
jus.
jus.
Jus is a goo.
No, a jus is not a goo. A goo is not a jus. A jus is a jus.
I would say a jus, within the set goo, is the subset jus.
But how can
and
a
the other
jus... Don't
subset...
get all weirdy with me. How can a jus be a goo when a goo is not a jus?
Well, because you can have more than one word for the same thing.
But that doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, I think...
You wouldn't say to a chef, can I have that goo on my plate?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Because he'd
to a
slap
chef.
you.
Yeah, well, no, exactly. They're famously violent.
Take it outside, man.
But...
You're gonna have
No,
that.
but in...
What, me or him?
Both of you. I would. Yeah.
I didn't recognize those two guys. You can't really see
I
her.
would go with the jus.
Thank you very much. See,
Yeah.
Carly's told you, and I'll be
Is that
quiet.
Kylie Minogue?
She has spoken.
You've been told.
You worked with Jamie Dornan.
No.
Wait, let me go back, because I don't...
So what happened?
I don't want to sound like an
was, and that
idiot
song
even more
Pointless,
than I already do.
was supposed to be my first single.
Let me see if I can... Oh, I've got the volume. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm
Right.
the worst with this. You know, it's always just amateur hour over
What happened
here.
was...
Okay. Is that that's not Dev Patel, is it? No. Okay. For a second, I thought it was Dev Patel. I was like, I thought I knew my Dev, but that doesn't like him. But I don't know. Is that Kylie? I can't tell. I don't know the other guy. Okay, you guys will have to help me out on that one.
Told you, and I'll be quiet.
You worked with Jamie.
Jumping all over the place. Sorry.
She has spoken.
You've been told.
You worked with Jamie Dornan.
No, so what happened was, that song Pointless
Yeah.
was supposed to be my first single.
Oh.
Right? And I reached out to Jamie, handsome guy, as we can all agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slow, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I was a bit like...
And the sky is blue.
We've just seen him in a hat. He's lost his allure.
Actually, but we've never met before. No. So it's weird to see you, because I'm used to seeing you like 50 Shades of Grey. So it's weird. All right. It's weird seeing you like here without like a whip in your hand.
Yes.
And me. And me without my cock in mine.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Listen, Lewis, it's great to have you back in the world. Is it Taylor and Eddie?
That was good. I don't recognize them. You guys will have to point out. I know that singer, Louis Capaldi, something like, no. I know the song. And of course, I know Jamie Dornan. But I didn't know anyone else. I don't think I did anyway.
Work together.
I see Swift. I already see Swift making an appearance.
Taylor and Eddie, you have worked together.
We have.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It was a decade ago.
I once died in his arms in a screen test for Les Mis.
I did not know this.
Yeah,
I did not know this.
There's a lot that people don't know about this story. Basically, I was auditioning for 2 roles in Les Mis, and I'd done a few auditions and gone to New York and whatever, and I think it had been established that I had more of a look of Cosette, but I had the range vocally of Eponine. So it was established that, like, I was there for a good time, not a long time. I wasn't gonna get this role. But they were like, you know, do you want to come to London for one last screen test and you'll get to screen test with Eddie Redmayne? I'm like, this seems like an experience I want to have in my life. You're like one of my favorite actors. You're so ridiculously talented. And I was like, so yeah, I'll go to London. Like,
Indeed.
so I get there, and they're like, okay, so we really want to like make you look like Eponine. We're gonna try to do it's the she wasn't like loaded. She had brown teeth. You know, like she didn't have a lot of money, so.
A 19th century street urchin.
Yeah, she exactly. I'm trying to say it in a way that makes sense, but
She didn't floss.
exactly. So they were like, we're actually gonna paint your teeth brown for this. And I'm like, so you're gonna do that after I meet Eddie Redmayne, right? That's not something you do before. I get to meet people and then you do the brown teeth. They're like, no, it's this is just everybody's gonna meet you with the brown teeth, and we're gonna like do like big circles under your eyes, like you're near death. And I was like, this has immediately become a nightmare for me. And so then I had, you know, you were so nice, but I think when I met you, I was like, you're so nice.
as you walked in as a 19th century French street urchin. And I was not expecting that, but my overwhelming memory of it, Taylor, was I'd just been to Pizza Express beforehand, and I'd had some garlic dough balls. I thought we were going to be singing off at each other, you know, but they had us. Also, it was so weird because Taylor was dressed fully as Eponine, and I was like in my tracksuit. And they had us on the floor like singing sweet nothings into each other, and all I knew is I just had garlic bread.
And I had brown teeth.
It was one of these. It was like trying to show emotion,
But you're
at the same time not to punish you.
You were weeping, and I just thought it was because of how I looked.
Were you having was it a deep tissue massage you were having?
Oh my God. Okay, just a quick pause. Anytime I see Ryan Gosling on Graham Norton, I know it's going to be good. Anytime, it's going to be good.
Were you having a Turkish massage or something?
I don't know what it has to do with what we're talking about.
It's a funny story, tell it.
I had an awful experience having a Turkish massage where this guy's idea of massage was to like take my one leg and the other arm and try and connect it behind my back. And I was kind of like, you know, like that. And then well, his belly went in my mouth. And you know when you get something weird in your mouth and you're like, if you're eating something, you go like, your brain sends your tongue to figure out what it is. It's not a conscious thought. It's just like, is that a bone? Figure that out. My tongue goes in to figure it out. My tongue was like, what is that? It's a hairy belly.
Oh my God. See, so good, but so brief and so short. I just, you know. But I never regret watching these because they're so much fun. And these are such tiny little snippets from these episodes that must be good. And that's why I was saying, you know, you guys overwhelmingly have recommended the one with Matt Damon and Hugh Bonneville, Bill Murray. I've heard several people also talk about, who else was it that you guys said I had to watch? One was Cagney and Lacey, going back to the 80s. Definitely want to see that because my parents used to love Cagney and Lacey, and they were saying that Sharon Gless and Tyne Daly was a good episode. And then who else was it on there? Several others that I know that you guys had mentioned that I needed to watch. And I have them all saved. Every time you guys tell me you need to check out this person, that person, I always make a note. And I'll get there eventually if I haven't already, you know, like that's how Taskmaster got going. That's how What I Lie to You got going, because I would see people on this show and you guys would say, oh, you need to watch him, you need to watch her. And so, you know, I get to it as I can, and then trying to also figure out each time, like, what do they allow me to show? Graham Norton's so great about allowing his clips to be shown here on the channel without a lot of interference on copyright. What I Lie to You has been a nightmare. They always get blocked. I try so many times to do those videos, they get blocked. Taskmaster's been a breeze. It's been wonderful. I still can't put the whole episodes, but I can put quite a bit, and then I put the full episode reactions over on Patreon because I can do it that way. But anyway, yeah, these are just so much fun, and I am so grateful to you guys for watching them with me. I know so many of you have already seen these, but you know, I realize now after watching Miriam Margolyes and some of the same episodes, or some of the same clips rather, over and over, that you just can't see it enough, you know? And I think, if I remember correctly, all the others on here were new. I've seen other episodes, like, for example, the one with Tom Hanks and Emily Blunt. I know I've seen other clips from that, I think during one of the Christmas compilations. But yeah, but these were all so good. So anyway, thank you again. Please check out other things on the channel if you'd like to see more content like this, but I will definitely keep bringing the Graham Norton. And again, I hope that you guys have a great week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.